Hey guys, I hope that you guys are doing amazing wherever you are. Thank you again for watching and for subscribing and for being on my channel. And again, for all the amazing comments. You guys have no idea how gratified I am and grateful that I am when I see your comments and I'm able to reply to them. And some of them are actually really funny. So I spend a lot of my time laughing to myself on them. In this video, I wanted to speak to you guys about how, and some of you guys have mentioned this, which is really interesting. I love when you guys validate some of the things that I'm thinking, is that we are the jack of all trades. We have a really hard time specializing in things. And I've spoken about this briefly in a previous video, and I've mentioned how this is actually a bad thing, but let me kind of reiterate it and kind of go a little bit deeper into it. Now, a lot of you have mentioned this as being the truth for yourself as well. You know, you kind of dabble in a million different things and you never specialize really in one thing because, I mean, there might be one or two things that you might specialize in, but mostly you like to be the jack of all trades. And a couple of you mentioned that the reason you do this is because you have a hard time trusting other people with it. So you learn how to fix your own car because you don't trust the mechanic that you go to, or you learn how to sew your own clothes because you can't find the amazing clothes that you want in the market, or you learn how to create these videos because you have something that you want to say and you don't find that anyone else is saying it. Do you know what I'm saying? So there's a need for you to kind of fill some kind of niche, and you're doing it because you see that no one else is really doing it properly or to your standards. So we do that because we need to learn these trades in order to fulfill a need. But that's one reason why we're the jack of all trades. Also, we get fascinated by things very quickly, but when we do, we want to know all about it. For example, recently I had this individual come into my life and they showed me or taught me something about mushrooms and microdosing, about LSD. Now, I am not a druggie, as you guys know. I don't even drink alcohol. But some of the things they were saying about creativity being enhanced by microdosing was so fascinating to me. I was entranced by it. And so as we do as INFJs, I went online and I watched a billion videos, I read a billion blog posts, and I kind of immersed myself into the subject as much as possible. So basically, I kind of tried to make myself an expert on the subject because I was interested in it. Now, this isn't something that I'll be using on a daily basis, of course, not something that I can speak to everyone about. It's not something that, I can even practice on a daily basis, but it's something that I am kind of an expert on, like a brief expert, like an amateur expert, right? Amateur expert. Uh, some of the things I say and I'm like, what am I talking about? So that's what we do though. Like once we are interested in a subject, we kind of just immerse ourselves in it. So there's a lot of different subjects I've done this for and you have done for as well. And so we kind of become the jack of all these trades, all these random things that we're interested in. We kind of generalize in all of it. We like this, we like that. We kind of are interested in so many different subjects and we kind of immerse ourselves into it. And so we become a little bit of an expert in that. And thus we become a jack of all trades, right? We don't specialize really. Now, I've been discovering, and this is unfortunately the case with this world right now, is that we need sometimes to be a generalist and sometimes to be a specialist. But in most cases, in this world, especially in jobs, like corporate jobs, you cannot be too much of a specialist and you can't be too much of a generalist either. There's like this middle ground, this balance that you have to kind of find. And sometimes for us as INFJs, we have a really hard time finding that balance. I've noticed with my friends, they know that about me. They're like, if you don't like something, you're not going to do it. I've had people pushing me to do certain things forever. And if I don't like it, I'm not going to do it. A bunch of my friends are big into CrossFit, for example. And I despise CrossFit. I hate it. I don't like it. It makes me feel crazy. I don't want to do it. But every single one of my friends loves it. And they want me to try it. They want me to do it. I don't want to do it. I'm not going to do it. And it's like a constant battle. Like, no, please do it. Please try it. No, I'm not going to do it. I don't like it. Constantly telling me, right? But if I don't want to do it, I'm not going to do it. So we're very stubborn as well. Maybe I should do a video on that. But because we're so stubborn and because we're so ingrained into our views, we're not going to go with that, right? This is specifically a problem when we're in a job and we are doing some things, a lot of things where we don't want to do those things. We don't like it. It's not fun for us. I've been in positions where I've had things that I've had to do or tasks that I have to take on that I despise, and I procrastinate on them forever. So much so that I had to quit my job because I could not take on those tasks. I could not do it. It was just not interesting to me. I didn't want to be ingrained in it. I didn't like it. I thought it was boring, and I'm not going to do it. Right? Now, that's not a good thing, right? It's a bad thing. It's actually something that's going to hold us back in this world, because this world needs us at certain points to be a generalist and at certain points to be a specialist. And certain occupations require you to be a generalist, certain occupations require you to be a specialist. For example, if you're a researcher, you're going to be a specialist. But for us, sometimes that's a hard thing for us to do, because I don't want to just focus my entire life on one subject for the rest of my life. Oh my God, right? On the other end, we have to sometimes be a generalist, where we have to know a lot of things about a lot of different things, things that we might not even be interested in, but we have to do that because we need to work in that position. For example, if you are working as a marketing manager, which I did in the past, you have to be very much a generalist. You have to be, you have to know how to do social media, you have to know how to do events, you need to know how to do Photoshop, you need to do a billion different things, not just specialize in one, right? Does that make sense? And so we need to find the balance in that. Unfortunately, or fortunately, we are, a lot of us, and you guys have mentioned me saying exactly the same thing, you find it hard to do that. Now, I'm not going to tell you how to live your life, obviously, because I can't, because I myself am trying to find that balance within myself. But what I found useful for me is that starting my own business, I can focus on the things that I want to do with myself, and the stuff that I don't like accounting and admin work, I've given all that stuff to a virtual assistant, and she does all that stuff. The stuff that I don't like to do, she takes care of it. And so that's how I have found my own balance in my work, in my business, in the stuff that I do. Now, it might not be possible for all of us to do that, but I do, and I have said this in the past, I found entrepreneurship to be a really useful way for an INFJ to live their life, to be in this world, because, again, first of all, you can be your own boss, you can do whatever you want to do with your day, and because we are J's, we don't have a hard time kind of completing tasks, especially if we like them, and we can work on the things that we like to do, and focus on them, rather than focusing on things that other people want us to do. And finally, we can work on things that we really, really, really like to do, and the rest of the stuff we can kind of outsource to all these amazing virtual assistants that are in India or the Philippines, and they actually want to work on this task, right? So let them do that stuff you don't like, and you focus on the things that you like to do, yeah? I hope this makes sense to you guys. Sometimes I talk at length about these things, and in my head it makes absolute sense, but sometimes I listen to these videos again, I'm thinking to myself, what did I want to say in this video? Anyways, so this is the point. Specialist, generalist, try to figure out the balance in that, and if you are in a position which requires you to do something that you don't like, maybe outsource it. Try that if that works for you. And if not, move positions, because it's easier for us to be in a certain kind of position, in a certain kind of job or role than others, right? I can never be a researcher. I can never be a specialist like that. I cannot focus on the, I don't know, hygiene habits of clergymen for the rest of my life or something like that. You know how like people are really, really specialized in that way? Impossible for me. I cannot do that. And so again, that's one position or a role that's never going to be for me. Right? For example, but being an entrepreneur is really great for me because I can do all these amazing different things. I can kind of dabble in this and that and this and that. And the rest of the stuff that I don't like, I can give it away to people, virtual assistants in the Philippines who can take care of all that shit for me. Does that make sense? I hope it does. Again, if you guys have any questions, please message me anytime. Again, I'm so grateful that you guys are listening and subscribing and watching and commenting. I am so gratified. And I do read all the comments, so please don't think that I'm ignoring you guys. It takes me a little bit of time because I do get a lot of comments every single day. And if you guys have any questions or feedback or suggestions for future videos, let me know anytime. I'm here for you guys. If you guys, again, have any negative feedback, please let me know as well, because I'm always looking to improve. I am a newbie. I am still an amateur. And so if you guys think that I should change something or improve something, let me know, yeah? Have an amazing day wherever you are in the world. Thank you so much for watching, for listening, and I'll see you guys next time around. Bye for now.